Right, in an effort to be more thorough about going through this information, the library's responses to my interrogatories to them, I want to record my reading it out loud just as a way to be more thorough because I am not motivated to read this. I simply had ChatGPT summarize it for me earlier, but I didn't put that summary up. There's a lot of repeat stuff from the lawyer. So this, the objections. I didn't like reading those, so I, I, I'll skip them. Let's just start this. What are the written policies or guidelines governing banning individuals from accessing the library? And then they say, look at the rules that they offered. What procedural steps are required under library policy before issuing a ban to a patron? Okay. And then I'm going to skip to the objection and go to subject to the foregoing objection and reserve. Oh my God. See the attached documents. If the defendant is the library, I want to say that. Library further answers that investigation and discovery are ongoing. Okay, whatever. Okay. Was any written notice provided to the library before the ban issued on April 18th? Okay, why do I say defendant? I mean plaintiff. Wow. Is any notice provided to the defendant? Maybe the defendant is the library. I was given a written notice that I failed to abide by the rules. This was after my arrest in the library for violations of Louisiana law, and after a police officer said he saw Mr. Hines observing pornography in the library. The library further answers that Okay, yeah. See, these I should be just, you know what I could do? Okay, because these are a lot of repeats. That's a common thing with interrogatories. Okay, I could, instead of getting rid of it, simply shrink it to one. Just then you can kind of see a line of it right there. Get it out of the way. What is the appeal process for a patron who has been banned from the library? Okay. See, I should have done this, I guess, before I started reading. Shrinking these words down. Let's see. This is shrinkable. What are all my shrinkables? Any interested patron may email the director with concerns. Okay. So I guess I'm going through the process of shrinking now on camera. Are library patrons informed of their rights to challenge a ban? Something about being vague. Oh, we go. Oh, next page, I guess. Okay. Alright. Shrink it down. The library does not have a formal written process whereby it disseminates information about the specified topic. What library staff member or security personnel reported the plaintiff's alleged conduct to the police? And see attached documents, pretty much. And that's the emails that came from Parker. Shrinky. I don't even know if this is readable, honestly. I looked at the last screen recording and I couldn't read it off of YouTube. Provide the names of all library staff present during the plaintiff's interaction. Okay, and then let's see. And then they just simply say no library staff was present during the plaintiff's interaction with police. And that's, I mean, I don't know why they say that. That's just not true. The entire interaction was recorded by my camera and the cop's camera. They want to only say it's my camera. My cameras. I had multiple cameras. Was any written report created by library staff concerning my alleged conduct? All right. Okay, so these are answers from the library director. She's saying there's no known written reports created by library staff for the library. Further answering, okay. So she's just kind of answering that she doesn't know in the moment. She's answering off the cuff. This is a different library director. She's just not aware of anything. Why am I still banned if they're just not going to be aware of anything? They need to either have better protocol for continuing lifetime bans or just lift my ban if they're not going to be thorough with their documentation. Describe in detail the non-public areas of the library that the plaintiff was allegedly attempting. Let's see. Okay, we'll go with shrinking. I attempted to gain access to the third floor, which is not open to the public. Further answering upon information and belief, I attempted to open locked doors. The library answers the Oh, here we go. Yeah. Who made the decision to issue the ban, and what was their role at the library? I received written ban. Was signed by the Natchitoches Parish Library Board of Control's Library Director, Jessica McGrath. Okay. Shrink it down. What evidence or documentation was used to support the decision to ban the defendant? Why did I say defendant? Ugh. Did I really put that? I meant to, it's got to say the plaintiff to be clear. To answer it, I was banned based on my personal conduct towards the library and its staff, including my criminal conduct on library property under the failure to ID statute. In addition, a police officer gave sworn in-court testimony that he personally observed me with pornography. Further answering evidence is showing on video recording, audio recording, and by the testimony of then library staff and the testimony of police officers. So there it is. That's what they're going off of. That's information. All police officer stuff. They think they got audio and video of this. Well, I'd like to see what they got. I mean, I think I have everything, and I'm not convinced. Was a formal meeting held by the library board to approve the ban? None known. See, this is why I have to go through court, because the library would not answer these questions. If a meeting was held, were minutes recorded, and can those minutes be provided? No answer. Were any witnesses or individuals consulted before issuing the ban? And then, yes, see attached. They had email conversations between each other. Shrink down everything. I put 25 questions. I'm on question 15. Was the ban discussed in a public meeting in compliance with the revised statutes? Alright, and then they got no answer to that. NA, the library complied. Oh, but the library complied with Louisiana law. See answer to interrogatory 12. Alright. Yeah, I can go back. I forget what 12 was. Interrogatory 12, I was on 15. Was a formal meeting held? Okay, so there's no formal meeting, 15 and 12, and they're saying that they complied with the law. And I mean, their lawyers are supporting that. If no public meeting was held, explain why the library board believed the decision complied with the open meetings law. Okay. And they insist that they complied with the law. No answer. Wait a second, what's going on? Yeah, alright. No answer, the library complied with Louisiana law. That's what they stand on. And this is only just a back and forth between plaintiff and defendant. Provide copies of any meeting, agendas, notices, or meetings from the board meetings held in April. Alright. And then they have a website, that's right. I can actually look it up on that website. Okay, yep. Number 18, what steps were taken by the library to ensure compliance with Article 1, Section 2, due process? Let's see, first two paragraphs get shrunk. My conduct was considered in light of the rules of conduct applicable to all patrons. I was then given formal written notice of the library's decision in light of my conduct and was personally served with written notice of the same. And that's what they call due process, just giving me a notice like they would give everybody else a notice. That's due process. We're all treated, they claim we're all treated equally in this. What measures are in place to prevent discriminatory treatment of library patrons under Article 1, Section 3? Okay. Shrink that down. The library adheres to all requirements of Louisiana law. Yeah, of course they're not going to disclose any discrimination. They wouldn't dare do that. Were any policies revised or updated following the incident involving the plaintiff? Okay, burdensome. Alright, there's a little extra language to this objection. And then the answer, none known. So they're saying that my question is a little burdensome there. A little extra language involved. Did any library staff publicly or privately communicate to third parties that the defendant was watching pornography in the library? And then the answer is no. Any publication regarding Mr. Hines' pornography in the library came from Mr. Hines publishing such information to his internet audience and not from the library. Yeah, I was communicating everything. Provide the names of individuals who received such communications from library staff, if any. Alright, and then it's no answer. I can't believe you got to go through lawyers to be able to get these answers. See answer to 21. Okay. Shrink this down. Okay. Were any public statements made by library staff regarding the plaintiff's alleged actions on January 22nd? They say no. But how did that newspaper, the Natchitoches Parish Journal, publish me so quickly in their newspaper? I think while I was in jail? How did they get that information so quickly? I should look at the date again when they published. Was there any training provided to library staff on managing difficult or confrontational interactions with patrons? So staff have ongoing training provided through the state library for managing difficult patrons. Like the plaintiff, they call me, so I am labeled as difficult. So, I mean, right there is a good piece of evidence that the current director is going to be continuing to support this lifetime ban. That's a good indicator right there. What protocols are in place to address complaints of emotional distress or grievances from patrons regarding library staff actions? Oops. Okay. Shrink it down. A patron with a grievance may fill out a Natchitoches Parish Library complaint form. Yeah, I generally don't fill out complaint forms. They just seem like such a waste of time. Alright, so I shrink down all that lawyer talk, and then you could see that it's question, answer, question, answer. Oh, I didn't shrink down that one. How did I miss that one? Just want to make it streamlined. See attached documents, which I think a lot of the valuable stuff in that is the back and forth conversations with the library. 1, 2, 3. Wow, why are these not shrunken down? I thought I shrunk everything. Maybe then I overlooked that question. Maybe there was a glitch. Was any written notice provided to the defendant before the ban? Travis Hines was given a written notice that he failed to abide. So there's nothing before that. It came as a surprise. What is appeal process? Okay, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 11, this is the evidence. This is the big question. Alright, this is what they're relying on. The sworn testimony, my personal conduct. So what's that evidence? I didn't see that report. Alright, so I'm banned more on, it's more than just pornography. It's my personal conduct, violating 14-108, and then the sworn testimony of pornography. Okay, so they're saying in 11 it's three things involved all on that day, on the first day I visit. But even then, okay, if they're saying it's all that, even then, they didn't ban me until April. So it went from January, February, March, April. While I was in jail, April 18th, they gave me the ban notice from January to April 18th, roughly. And so if they're saying it was my personal conduct and the arrest, well, those didn't seem to have any immediate effect. And then they're saying they didn't know about pornography until the trial, and they had the library director sit in on my trial for 6 hours, was it? The library director sat for 6 hours watching my trial. So that evidence is likely, I mean, I got my further questions. I got my backup questions. So we got all these. 11 seems to be it. All the evidence that they're going to be using, and then I just go back to follow-up interrogatories, and I ask further. Now I had ChatGPT do all of this, so I'm kind of going at it now with more information regarding the decision process. Please describe in detail the process followed by the former library director in deciding to impose a lifetime ban against the plaintiff. And the process followed. I kind of have that answered by them saying. See, I kind of have that answer. That's the thing. I don't know if I can ask that because she's already answered that the process was the conduct. I want to ask about the conduct. That's the thing. So I need to have ChatGPT give specific focus on answer 11. And I don't think it's done that, actually. Now that I'm looking at this, the manner in which the evidence from the trial... Yeah, see, but I do have some good questions. The manner in which the evidence from the trial, specifically police testimony alleging pornography, was incorporated into the decision to issue the ban. All right. So, all right. I want to describe the detail of the process followed by the former and decide. See, I want to ask what decisions they made on my conduct towards their staff, too. I think, although that's not, really, I don't know if that's all that important, though. Explain whether the former library director or any other library official intended for the plaintiff's trial to serve as the plaintiff's opportunity to be heard. See, I really like these questions, though. These are follow-up interrogatories regarding the position. Does the current director intend to maintain the lifetime ban, and state the reasons? Please describe any internal policy or procedures that govern a change in leadership. See, I do kind of like these questions. That first question kind of threw me off, but maybe it could just stay. ChatGPT knows best. Ensure plaintiff that I was afforded due process prior to and following the imposition. And they got no answers for that. They took no steps to afford me due process prior to and following the lifetime ban. Opportunity to present a defense. So they're serious. The library seriously wants this to go through the court. They don't want to decide this on their own, even though they're saying that all you have to do is email the director. I think the director's already made up her mind, and my only other recourse is through courts. Okay, so this is just advice, usage, and strategy. I'll just change it to yellow, a dark yellow, so I know it's different. Usage and strategy. So these are the questions I want to submit, and yeah, that's a second set of interrogatories before the first hearing, which is coming up next week. I don't know. I don't think that these questions will get answered before that next hearing, which is in like 5 days.